I want to be a zombie.
Do you want to be a zombie?
Can I be a zombie? It's realistic, you know, a realistic zombie. Look at that. A big trend that I've noticed is that a lot of people my age are actually opting for freelance type jobs over the traditional 9 to 5. And this has actually created a big space for companies to come in, create apps, and kind of act as a marketplace for this big gig economy. And one of those companies is called Fiverr. And there are a lot of companies out there, but Fiverr is definitely the most popular. And it does exactly what I just said. It allows you to connect with freelancers from all over the world to complete your odd job. It's super easy to use. When you use it, your payments are protected, and it's grown so much in the past 10 years that it's actually trading on the New York Stock Exchange now. So all this made me want to put Fiverr to the test by unwittingly putting 6 different artists to a portrait challenge. So I'm going to take 3 of the artists and have them draw a realistic portrait of me, and then I'm going to take 3 other artists and have them create me as a FORTNITE character. I'm going to do all different prices so we can kind of see if it's actually worth spending a little bit more for something like this or not. So the 2 things I want to find out is 1, is Fiverr even worth it? And 2, if I spend a little bit more money, will I get a better product? Let's find out. Okay, so I just opened up Fiverr and I'm going to actually find some artists that I will send a picture of me and have them draw a realistic portrait of myself. So I'm gonna look up portrait illustration and search that. So it's looking like we have everything from $5 to $180. Like there's everything in between that. So there are a ton of different styles. There's everything from, it looks like, you know, pencil drawings to an actual cartoon to a zombie illustration. I want to be a zombie.
You want to be a zombie?
Can I be a zombie? It's realistic, you know, a realistic zombie. Look at that.
Let us know in the comments.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a low price, a medium price, and a high price. And this guy has a pretty good, you know, black and white realistic pencil sketch for 10 bucks. Let's do this, 10 bucks. I think I don't think you can get any better than that. And his stuff actually, it doesn't look bad. So let's do this. So this guy actually looks pretty good. I mean, he did do Jim Carrey, so if he can draw Jim Carrey, he can probably draw me. Oh, and Emma Watson, oh yeah, done. It looks pretty good, he knows what he's doing, but he's also 30 bucks.
Big spender.
I know, 30 bucks, but you know what? I think that's a good middle ground. $10 to $30, and then we'll get a more expensive one. Okay, so we're gonna do this girl, she has 5 stars. She's a 5-star rating out of 61 reviews. That's pretty good. Full 5 stars. And she is $100. But if I look as anything as good as this Will Smith portrait, then I think she's gonna be worth $100. So we get a $5 one, a $30 one, and a $100 portrait. That is gonna be a pretty good, I think that's a pretty good average to see from cheap to more expensive. Okay, so I'm gonna send them this portrait of me. It's a headshot I have from a few years ago. My hair's a little bit longer, but that's okay. I'm just staring pensively off into the distance, and who doesn't want a portrait of that? So not only am I gonna get one, I'm gonna get 3 portraits of it. Okay, so now the fun part. I'm actually really excited to see if I can find some artists that can do a FORTNITE character. With the realistic drawing, I'm really curious to see if paying more money gets you a better quality of a picture. And with the FORTNITE character, I'm really interested to see if paying more money gets you a better creative interpretation. So the picture I have is me standing on top of a tank actually on the border of Syria. So I'm using that picture because that's the closest thing I have to like being an actual FORTNITE character in real life. So we got this dude, Shinami 18. His basic package is 10 bucks. And that looks pretty legit.
No way.
That's what it
10
says,
bucks?
10 bucks.
That's a steal.
I will say he has no reviews. So for this guy, his stuff looks pretty legit. So let's go for him. So we're gonna do the premium because that's actually kind of in the middle, it's $65. So then we'll get a $10 one, $65, and then we'll get a more expensive one. So now let's find one more. Whoa, look at this. These are so detailed. I'm loving this. We should definitely do this one. So I really like this person. The detail is amazing, and I feel like they would have really good creativity. So I'm gonna message them and send them the picture and see what the actual price would be. So I'm gonna do that really quickly. Okay, so we've got everybody, we've made the request, and now we wait. So today is the day. We finally got all of our portraits back from Fiverr, and I'm gonna go through each and every one of them, compare them, see if they're good, see if some are not so good. So first we're gonna start out with the realistic drawings and gonna go from the cheapest one to the most expensive. So here is the cheapest. What was it? $10?
It was $10.
$10 portrait. There she is.
That's not that bad.
I mean, she's like a little creepy. Like, he. I think it's the mouth. Something's wrong with my teeth. To be fair, for 10 bucks, it's actually pretty awesome. 5-star rating, what would you give it?
I give it 8 out of $10.
8 out of $10. I would give it, if we're doing the money, $10 rating, I would give it a $7.50 rating. I like the hair. I think the shading looks okay or whatever. I mean, it does look similar. Like, I think you could tell, like, and if you're looking at these side by side, like that's a picture of me. All right.
So that's your 3 pros. What are your 3 cons?
Teeth, eyes, and I just don't know why. Maybe it's just a combination, but I just feel like I look a little creepy. Mid-range. I think this is so much better. Really good.
That's
right?
Really good.
For 35 bucks? Okay, 3 favorite things. One, just all around, it looks so realistic. That's like, I love it. Much better job with the teeth and the smile and like the eyes and stuff. But I actually really love the hair. Like you're saying, like the texture is like really there and it looks real. 3 things I don't like. I feel like the nose is a little off. I got a wider head, I got a wider face. You know what? I'm not hating it.
It's so good, there's not even a third thing.
There's not even a third one. This, compared to the $10 one, I would totally go for the $35 because it would be such a good like Christmas gift for your mom. It's not that expensive, but you get this and she would think you spent like $500 on it and she would cry and you would automatically become like favorite child. And last but not least, now this is the expensive one.
Whoa.
Whoa, digital
That
realistic
looks like
art.
real, and it's not black and white.
It's not black and white. It's digitally painted, but it's pretty cool. I think it looks a lot more painterly. So it's not as like hard lines, like the one that we just looked at, like you could see the individual like hairs almost right here. And like you can, but it's not as like distinct. It's just more flowy, I guess. It has like more like painterly strokes and is kind of lighter.
The shadows look good.
The shadows look good. Look, the little dimples look good. Like, or they look like just super similar.
Is there a freckle right there? I can't.
Yeah, she got the freckle. So this is them all side by side. And like,
I mean,
just the first one is so dramatically different than these two. These are in a completely different category.
Yeah.
Like whole nother level. I think the best bang for your buck is actually gonna be the middle one. I think it is really, really good. The detail, it also is kind of cool. I actually kind of like that it's all like black and white and color pencil because it like looks like a legit drawing. Whereas I love this one. I think it's also really, really good. It's just more like stylistic. So it kind of just depends like what you're going for. I think both are definitely worth it, but this being $35 and this being $100 is a lot more than $35. So I think this was 100% worth it, and Fiverr is a really good option out there. Now are you ready for Fortnite? This is what I'm so excited about. I just want to see myself like as a character. For every single artist, I said the same thing. I said, I want just me on top with the tank, and then in a Fortnite character, you know, style. So really the sky's the limit. Now for the first $10 Fortnite one.
Now that's just a Photoshop.
Okay, it's just an effect.
Yeah.
That he put on, and actually I don't even think this is in Photoshop. This is like, you Google on like weird effect that you can do online for free. Like that's what that is. I don't have any words. One, I'm not a character. It's just the same thing with a weird, terrible effect on it. 0 pros for me.
Is there anything you like about it?
No.
You can't think of one thing you like about it?
No, can't. I really just think it's so terrible, to be honest.
Literally?
I think it's awful. Okay, so number two. Number two, we paid $65, so a little bit still like more expensive, but I still wanted to find a nice like middle range. $65, right?
Big
Keep that in
reveal.
mind. But still not a character.
No. I don't think they understood the assignment.
Like, it's just a regular person on a tank. That's not a character. It's not a fantasy character at all. I don't hate it, but I'm still really disappointed. For a $65 mid-range fantasy illustrator, this is not what I was expecting. So, $100. And this is the one where she wanted 250. I talked her down to 100, but she said she wouldn't put color on it. So it's just gonna be black and white. So, drum roll please. And bam. Like, I feel like this is definitely the most fantasy-esque. She gave me some cool boots. I do like, look, she gave me a tattoo because I'm so cool. So I got a tattoo and some cool boots, nice little belt. And I mean, she gave me a little bit more muscles. Not that mine aren't like huge already, but you know.
Saying, like that actually looks like a Fortnite character.
Honestly, this is definitely the coolest one by far.
What's the tattoo?
I wish it was in color, but it's still kind of cool.
Right there, and then a circle.
Yeah?
It looks
is
like
it a gas mask?
No, it's a beluga whale eating a gun.
I don't think that's what it is.
I think it is.
Ross,
Look,
I think
that's the eye
so
of
wrong.
The beluga whale.
This is definitely the coolest one.
This looks like, if you were to colorize it, this looks like concept art for this game.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's the only
Exactly.
one that gets close to the
that,
world
yes.
of Fortnite.
Right.
All right.
First, yes, so good. Oh, wait. Second one, I mean, it's like not horrible, but it's definitely not what I was going for or wanting. And then this one's pretty awesome. Not worth it, not worth it, definitely worth it. But I even feel like this was, like for $65, that and what they had put on their profile, like that doesn't look like anything that they drew. So that makes me think, like, I wonder if a lot of people out there put things on their profile that maybe they haven't actually drawn. I'm not really for sure. Or maybe I just wasn't specific enough and they just didn't think I cared. I don't know, I have no idea. I think this is just a good example of like, maybe you probably shouldn't trust anyone that's under $100, especially for something like this. So final thoughts on Fiverr. I think it's actually a great way to go if you want something simple like the realistic photo or portrait where they're just gonna kind of copy it. But when the artist is taking more creative license, like the FORTNITE thing, I think it's kind of a big gamble. I don't think you actually know what you're gonna get until you receive the final product. But I feel like that's kind of gonna be across the board for any kind of service that you're gonna hire a faceless person for. You don't really know what you get until you get it. I think what we did today with Fiverr is a great test case for any application where you're gonna go and hire someone for a service. I think I proved what I set out to prove on Fiverr, and that is when you spend a little bit more money, you will get a better quality product. So let me know what you think. Which one is your favorite? Have you used Fiverr before? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and like, and I'll see you guys next time on Try the Trend.